And that's why you had Chancellor Merkel negotiating and getting involved. And I'd like to know this when she looked straight into your eyes across the table and she told you that you should reconsider the 21% haircut that you had proposed in that agreement back then and that you should do better. And she used the words, "Are you prepared to?" Now, a boy who grew up amidst cotton textiles and peaches near the Blue Ridge Mountains in Spartanburg was in the spotlight. How did you deal with those moments?
Well, you have to be prepared to rise to an occasion. We talked it over. I come back to some of these lessons of teamwork that I learned in the Navy, that I learned in the military. We had really three strong teams around us. So when Merkel asked us to move 21 beyond 21%, which we knew at that point was not sustainable, and we knew we had to move up. We were more than willing to consider moving up toward or close to a 50% haircut. Mind you, when we consider this involved massive potential losses for the creditors that we represented. And there was an irony to this because here it was the creditors who had initiated the negotiations. And it's the only time in modern financial history that I'm aware of when you actually have the creditors seeking a negotiation that would inevitably result in a serious impairment of their balance sheets, serious writing down of their claims on the debtor. But we knew that unless this boil was lanced, unless this crisis was resolved, Italy could be pulled under as well. And the same banks, the same pension funds, the same insurance companies that had loaned all this money to Greece had also loaned a ton of money to Italy. And in fact, in many cases, it was 2, 3, 4 times as much. So if the Greek crisis completely blew up, it seemed almost inevitable that that Italy would be pulled into the vortex of this storm and the banks would lose even more percent. Eventually, the amount of losses we agreed to for the creditors equaled 73% of the net present value of their claims. This was historically one of the largest write-offs. Well, it was the largest quantitatively write-off in history. We wiped out over 100 billion euro of claims in one day, and we took another 100 billion and stretched it out over a 30-year period.